Hi girls and boys, today I'm going to read a story called Knights and Dragons Unite. Do you know what that word unite means? Yeah, unite means you come together. So if you tell your friends, let's unite and do this thing, it means let's all get together. Unity is another word that is related to unite, and unity means people are all working together. At the Olympic Games, we saw friendship and unity. People were all together and all friends and peaceful. So let's have a look at this story, Knights and Dragons Unite. First of all, make a prediction. What do you think it's about? I can see a castle in the background. I can see knights here looking fierce and angry. Dragons are looking, there's a bit of a standoff, but then there's a knight here and a dragon here. Are they coming together maybe? Let's find out, shall we? Here we go. Stombart, Tracton, Stombart that way, Tracton that way. Oh, okay, let's see. Knights and Dragons Unite! The noble knights of Stombart were the bravest in the land. They trained to fight the dragons with their swords and shields in hand. Sir Gorrel was uncomfortable with swords and angry steeds. He found it all too scary and preferred to do good deeds. He liked to be friendly and to do nice things instead. The mighty Dracton dragons were the fiercest in the world. They trained to fight the knights with giant flames that blazed and swirled. Young Aristar disliked the flames, which scorched as they shot by. She found it all too scary and preferred the cooling sky. There's Aristar there. She's a bit like the knight who didn't like fighting. I wonder what will happen next. One morning, while the knights were all in training for a fight, Sir Gorrel slipped away towards the woods and out of sight. And as the dragons roared and shot their flames into the air, it got too much for Aristar, who crept out of the lair. A lair is like a cave, isn't it? Tracton must be in a cave. Sir Gorrel skipped along till something stopped him in his tracks. "Hello? Is someone there?" he called, unable to relax. Sir Gorrel saw a dragon with a blue and scaly snout. "Don't hurt me," said the two of them together with a shout. "Oh, I would never hurt you," they responded, both confused. The presence of a friendly foe had left them quite bemused. A foe is another word for an enemy, and in this case, the enemy is friendly, and bemused means you're a bit confused. You're like, what's happening? Usually, enemies try and hurt me. "Don't worry," said Sir Gorrel. "I'm just keeping out of the way, as fighting makes me nervous, and they're practicing today." "Me too," responded Aristar. "I find the flames too hot. I hate the fact that dragons have to breathe them such a lot. If only we weren't enemies. We wouldn't need to fight, and maybe, if we worked together, things would be all right." Then suddenly Sir Gorrel turned to Aristar and said, "Forget this silly training, let's put on a show instead." They put their heads together and devised a cunning scheme to join the knights and dragons into one united team. They laughed and worked all afternoon until the job was done. This plan could bring a peaceful truce where everybody won. A truce is like an agreement where you say, let's stop fighting, let's be friends, let's call a truce. That means let's call it a draw. There's no winners or losers, let's be friends. They headed for the castle where the knights all gazed in shock. "How did you catch a dragon?" asked the biggest knight, Sir Jock. "I didn't," said Sir Gorrel. "She's not scary, she's my friend. We've come up with a plan to bring our squabbles to an end." Then Aristar took flight, and as she did, their plan was clear. The banner flew behind them, and Sir Gorrel gave a cheer. The message in the sky said, "Knights and dragons, all unite! Join forces for a friendship-building talent show tonight!" Wow, that sounds fun. They headed next to Drakten Lair to show off their new plan. The dragon shouted, "Aristar, how did you catch this man?" "I didn't," she responded. "He's not scary, he's my friend. We've come up with a plan to bring our squabbles to an end." Then Aristar flew back towards the village from the wood, and headed for the castle where the great arena stood. They worked until they both grew tired from rushing to and fro, preparing all the things they'd need for putting on a show. The knights back at the castle huddled tightly in a scrum. A show seemed odd to many, but it did appeal to some. If it appeals to you, you like it. So some of them thought, yeah, that sounds cool. "I do quite like to juggle," said Sir Thea with a smirk. "And I've been known to dance a wicked rumba," said Sir Kirk. The dragons back at Drakten were all huddled in a scrum. A show seemed odd to many, but it did appeal to some. "I am quite good at singing," Ruxley mentioned, feeling shy. Then Cloudy said, "I might give writing poetry a try." Sir Gorrel sat with Aristar upon the empty stage. The audience consisted of a donkey and a page. "At least we tried," said Aristar. "I guess they just don't care." But then, as she was talking, raucous laughter filled the air. They looked up to the sky and saw the most amazing sight. A host of flying dragons, each one carrying a knight. Sir Thea called, "I guess that we can give this thing a go." "It's worth a try," called Maddox. "Now let's get on with the show." The audience were captured by the a cappella squires, and Maddox and Sir Trundlefoot did somersaults on wires. A group of street performers brought the house down with a roar, and knitted like they'd never done before. Their lives were much more wholesome with new talents and new friends. They realized that life becomes more fun when fighting ends. How beautiful, how lovely. I'm pleased. I am so pleased that the dragons from Drakten and that the knights from Stombart finally came to their senses and realized that we don't need to fight. We can just have fun together. We can unite, have a truce, be friends, and enjoy one another's company. I hope you learnt a lesson, a valuable moral from this story. I know I did. I hope you enjoyed the story too. Have a wonderful day, girls and boys. Bye.